It's not what the Houndstone was trying to do.
Because I swapped it to the starter, that would also be beaten by
Fairy, yes.
Which is why I clicked that.
There you go. No, the first two did fuck and all. You went blood and threw up a bunch of coins.
Yes.
You killed them with money. It's all about the money, money, money.
Have to go make
it's all about the money, money, money. Cha-ching, cha-ching.
Have to go make a fat Goldingo later then.
Ice, ice, baby.
Because I thought it was the fat Goldingo, but it's not. That means I've been working under the assumption of it being fat, meaning that motherfucker has survived more than I thought. In terms of, like, raids and shit. Like, I have a bunch.
You could have slid off the hill and not needed to jump like that. Like I did. Because now you have to reset it again.
What I did was faster. No,
it wasn't! No!
Getting on the hill was faster.
No, it wasn't. You transformed. You transformed it to turn it back to jump down the hill to transform it again. Where if you just do that slidey thing where you fall off of stuff and you get caught by your phone, if you wait a second, tell the phone you don't want to go back to where you came from, you can just stand on the ground. What I did was faster. Bring it on, punk! Bring it on, old man! Bring it on! No, people, let's be smart and bring it off.
Oh,
so now the talking cheese is gonna preach to us. Big, meaty claws. Oh, these claws aren't just for attracting mates.
Bring it on, old man. Bring it on. Ah. Poor. The owner of the white sedan. You left your lights on. Well, you have to go be stupid somewhere else. Not until 4. Okay, now again, this is one of those, like, because you can have ice scales as an ability.
His doesn't have ice scales.
It doesn't?
That was the hidden ability.
What the hell is his ability then? And also, it being the hidden ability doesn't entirely matter. They actually will.
Sometimes throw the hidden ability into Pokemon. Random matches.
Because it would potentially be, like... Because it would potentially be either too powerful or too easy to stop. Melody actually does not have a gorilla
tactics. It's the hidden ability. I'm aware of that.
It is actually Zen mode.
Nookie Nookie Mommy Mommy or whatever.
I thought it was like Snooky Snooky Mommy Mommy.
I think you said Nookie Nookie Mommy Mommy.
I don't remember.
Everyone was obsessed with her. Obsessed with her for reasons. Instead of her stupid son.
No one likes Gordy.
Weavile ain't winning this war. Weavile has like no defenses. I'm going to try to find his team.
Duh. It's like I find it kind of funny and interesting because I wasn't sure if hers actually had the hidden ability or not. So in
his, not hers.
I was talking about Melody.
Yeah.
I was talking about Melody was the whole Galar Darm thing. I actually
It is the hidden ability, and that is paradoxically because they seem to realize guerrilla tactics.
I don't think it's inherently guerrilla tactics is bullshit. It's that it is a coin flip of it is either bullshit or it is like nothing. Because if you go in not knowing that, it could potentially lock itself into stupid, ridiculous damage. But if you do know that, you could basically shut that thing down super easily, intentionally throwing out something that has intentionally throwing out something that's beaten by ice or whatever to try to lock it into icicle crash or something, and then you swap to a steel type to resist it. Because if it had guerrilla tactics and it locked itself into ice punch or icicle crash, it can't swap at that point. Because in Sword and Shield when fighting Melanie, I thought it had Guerrilla Attack, so I actually tried to play it like that, and for a second there I thought it did, and then she swapped moves. I was like, wait a minute, it just swapped moves. Does that mean this thing actually has a Zen mode, and then guide it, I believe I intentionally then hit it with a neutral hit or something that was non-stab to a lower, and it was like, oh, son of a bitch, would you look at that action? Oh, they did have Zen mode.
Son of a bit, son of a bit, son of a gun.
No. Yeah, cool. Now, in the last one that is the only other one that might be somewhat difficult, but even then it's not, well, even outside of Floor just maybe being able to survive something because of its high special defense, the other problem is she has a Gardevoir, but I can just swap to Goldingo for that. You can swap to Goldingo and make it rain. Both metaphorically and literally. God, I love how that is the English name of that move.
The name of the move is Make It Rain.
So I think she's forced to always throw out the floor. Oh, anyway, there's that. Because she's forced to throw out the Flagorgeous last. It should be when I blow up something with Dragon Pulse, or should be the next thing to come in.
Yes.
Because I could Volt Swing, I don't know if clicking that move will hold one thing else. I want to show Dragon Pulse as well. Gardevoir should be the next thing to come out.
Jenner, yep.
Yep. Now we make it rain, make it rain. The boy. Coins were scattered everywhere. Imagine the people watching the battle start, fighting over him. I can't wait to see Gold Rush in the anime. Because I do wonder how the... I do wonder how the hell the anime is going to, depict that. Especially because with, making the special attack weaker and, coins being scattered everywhere. I wonder if the anime is actually going to depict it where a Goldingo uses the, like, coins in its body for Gold Rush, so if it keeps spamming the move, it will actually get, like, tinier and tinier or something. So that would, though that would potentially give, like, all the fucking lore questions if it's like, we have in the anime, this thing uses gold, like, uses Make It Rain enough and goes back to being like the first form.
Mm-hmm.
And there it is.
Whoop, there it is. It has come through this.
I'm actually not going to Terrestrial to see just because I'm curious. It's very, very unlikely to live because, you know, it becomes psychic, so it's very unlikely to live. But like I said, this thing has very fat special defense. I would find it funny if it does live at red health. And go. Oh. Who he? And there's the 500 for one. And there's the 500 from the Goldingo. Because again, if you train that thing and spam a lot of Make It Rain, it's not much extra money. Like, I think it gives you like 500 each time you use it.
I think that was how that worked.
It's not that much, but it's one of those, if you keep doing, like, if I did that through like all of these battles, or at least a majority of the battles, that would actually be a fairly decent amount of money. Though the other thing is, because I believe the amount of money you get out of that is fixed, the amulet coin doesn't add to it. But if you do have like a Goldingo with an amulet coin to add money to the normal amount you get, plus the tiny extra from Make It Rain, it does really start to add up.
It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, I have a very competitive focused question that I thought was topical. Anyway, what is your overall competitive opinion of Miraidon? I thought I would ask, since Miraidon basically shot up in usage and then it had a bit of a drop off, but then it shot up in usage again and it has now basically somewhat evened out. This specific question is entirely focused on Miraidon because I think Miraidon is the more broken out of Koraidon and Miraidon. And I wanted to talk about Miraidon specifically, since a lot of people thought Miraidon was useless. Then that one person used a Miraidon, and it ended up winning that one tournament, or at least placing really high. I think he won. But then, after that, everyone started using Miraidon, but then everyone started countering Miraidon, so then people couldn't decide if Miraidon was useless or useful. A common contention point against Miraidon is the fact that it does not really have a lot of coverage, but much like Regieleki, I don't feel like that's really a detriment. Because, let's all be real here, if a Pokemon does not resist electric, Miraidon can easily 1 or 2 shot anything that does not resist electric, especially if you're using a Choice Specs. But even if you do resist electric, if you're using a Choice Specs, you can still often 1 or 2 shot resistances, which is insane. You really don't need the coverage because you hit incredibly hard if you hit anything with neutral electric damage, because you basically have the electric terrain boost, the natural boost you get for being in electric terrain, and then you have stab. Then if you Terra, that's another multiplier, so you can become Terra Electric and become even more ridiculous. And then you have the Choice Specs. So when you combine everything, this Pokemon basically does not have any real resistances, since you can stack so much damage in a single hit. You basically need to be immune to electric damage in order to easily counter this thing. And I feel like the drop-off is not because Miraidon was actually a bad Pokemon. I feel like it's because everyone started running the few Pokemon that can counter Miraidon, because the one issue with a Specs Miraidon is you get locked into a move, meaning if you're going to risk it and run Choice Specs, if your opponent has a ground type, then you can't lock into an electric move until the ground type is eliminated, and this basically means you're forced to play around the fact that if you become locked into an electric move, you can't beat a ground type at all. So a few people were actually running a Life Orb to give up a bit of damage, but have the option to change moves, meaning you don't force that lock. And overall, I think that was the biggest problem with Miraidon, and the main reason that I think a lot of people ended up thinking Miraidon was overrated and easy to counter. It's not that Miraidon was bad, it's that everyone had a case of tunnel vision and basically only used the one person's Choice Spec set without deviating from that set at all. So of course it becomes easy to counter when that's the only set you ever see. So as soon as anyone takes Miraidon and deviates from that set, whether it's a slight change of moves or a change of item, then all of a sudden Miraidon is not as easy to counter. It was just the fact that everyone was trying to use the one set and nothing else. So of course that set became easy to counter because that was the only set you ever ran into. So if you ran into anything that wasn't that set, it would give you a lot more trouble. Anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments. Or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.